G'day mate, welcome to Factorio with me, Jetty. What I've actually chosen to look at today is called Age of Biters. Now, it's like a lot of other biter mods we've seen in the past that let you take control of the biters and actually build biters as part of your automation and part of your factory. It does have a couple of slight twists on it. So I thought, look, we'll check this mod out. As always, link to the mod will be down in the description. And let's just go through the basics. So, to start with, there's two researchers, a Biter Brooder 1, a Biter Brooder 2. Due to, I don't know, inconsistencies in the mod, I can't see 1 and 2 in my list of unresearched technologies at the same time. So I had to actually work out where number 2 was and, you know, show you 2 and show you 1. When we research these, it'll give us a Biter laboratory. So we're going to research number 1. Boom, we've got a Biter laboratory, which is just a really, really big lab. And because I've got creative mode on, it doesn't disappear out of my inventory. But, oh, wrong button. If we go into research, I can then do the second research and get a second Biter laboratory. So that's our second one. We can pop them down. We do need some creative chests and some stack inserters to get things moving. Because what this does is it lets us research, I guess, is probably the more accurate term, because it uses research packs to actually create them. Research biters. So if we click on here, we can research, build, whatever you want to call it. Small biters, medium biters, big biters, behemoth biters. Now, just going through the tech really, really quickly. Small biters, red packs, really not worth it. Mediums, big biters at military tech. Now, most people at military tech are still playing with medium biters, so these would actually be quite effective. I don't know if the resource cost for a big biter is worth it, the amount of packs, compared to just building more ammo. Well, considering what that's like 5 AP rounds just for the military science. Yeah, it is one. Yeah, so that's like five AP rounds from medium biter, plus the walls and everything else, and then the red and green science. So I don't know. Behemoths, definitely. Chemical science, you know, at that sort of point, if you can make a behemoth biter, that's probably quite effective in a combat role. We'll just put down some belt, and we'll have some biters on a belt, because why not? Now, these guys are not exactly fast, 15 seconds. Also, you've only got 2 of these, so you can only make 2 choices at once. Going through the spitters give you the advantage of range, but of course, spitters are fairly squishy. Behemoths, maybe. Behemoths could be maybe quite effective. But I think worms is really where it's at. If you can make medium worms, probably big worms. Big worms, I imagine, would be quite effective at keeping other biters out, especially behemoth worms. Now, the other thing you can do is you can actually make spawners for both biters and spitters. They do take space science, so you are talking really, really late game at this sort of stage. But we'll actually go test them out. So at the moment, I've only got small biters. So we're going to go out and combat with a bunch of medium biters. Let's put down a radar real quick, so we can see where our closest biters are. Down there. And let's go say hi to the neighbors with some medium biters in hand. Now, I wouldn't really call this base much of a base, more of a cakewalk. And have I turned on instant blueprint, instant request? There we go. Now they like eating. Probably means I should give myself some armor. Yeah, go away, biters. I just need half a second to get some armor. Done. Okay, now I can ignore the biters. So if we put down a bunch of medium biters, as you can see, they do pretty short work of what's there. But really, biters have very limited AI, so they're going to move on to whatever's closest to them. Luckily enough, this biter base happens to be close enough that they've wandered down here and taken on this one. But they're not going to make the jump to the next biter base. They're just going to stay here and wander around here forever. So I guess they might stop expansion. But yeah, medium biters wise, great at taking out small biters. I don't know at higher levels whether they're going to do much good. In saying that, it looks like they don't... Actually, it looks like everything's lost its acid resistance. So you might be in a situation where if a spitter or a worm spits in a tile, and we'll just test this out. No, so they're still immune to their own acid damage. Go away. Go away. Come back here and play with my biters. So yeah, but I think really where the damage is trying to get probably big worms. Big worms I think are going to be quite effective. Oh, everything died. Try that again. Trying to get some big worms for base defense. They do a pretty good job of sort of taking out everything. And because biters are stupid, and that's really the key thing. Biters are really stupid. They don't dodge like a human player does. So they're going to come straight in, and there'll just be a layer of acid in front of everything, basically, you know. He's completely sidetracked with his spawner. It's alright. As you can see, this guy's shooting behind because he's predicting where the biters move, and then they end up behind. But yeah, you end up with this layer of acid that, as the biters are walking up, they're stepping on it, they're just dying instantly. So yeah, I think, you know, having your base surrounded by big worms, or even behemoth worms, if you can get all the way up to utility sites, could be quite interesting. If we go back to our two little machines making alien goo, where's our base? Up here. So if we make biter spawners and spitter spawners, oh look, I've got a whole heap of behemoths on a belt. Helps if I actually turn this machine on. And you know what? We'll change you over to those as well. So if you make spitter spawners and biter spawners, you can start using sort of the AI that biters have built into them. So if I plop these guys down, like they stand around, they wander around, do nothing. But if I pop down a biter spawner, these guys should realize that this is their home and wander over. I don't guarantee anything. Oh, there we go. So this is what they've realized is their home now. They're going to come over here and they will stand here and defend. The way spawners work is there's a limited number of biters that they can support around them. So I think it's around about 10. As you can see, I think it's like 5 defending and 6 attacking, so maybe 11. So as you can see, there's a certain amount of biters here. This won't spawn any more biters because it's already at its max. If we put down a spitter spawner, maybe we can drag some more over. We've dragged over our mediums. We've dragged over some of the behemoths. Doesn't look likely. If I put another one down, there we go. That's dragged over the rest. And yeah, if I keep putting down spawners, we can keep spawning our own little army. So that's the other thing with this mod. You could spend a lot of time and a lot of effort making a whole bunch of biter spawners and ringing your mega base with your own army of biters to keep the normal biters at bay. I'm not sure how, without digging through the code, how they actually produce extra biters. It looks like it's just on a timer because... Oh, no. Okay, I take that back. They do absorb pollution. There you go. So you can have a ring of biter bases around your mega base that absorbs your own pollution to stop affecting the biters out in the wild. And if the biters out in the wild do find enough pollution that they can come attack you, then you'd have a ring of biter bases to protect you. So, there you go. That's how the mod works. That is my suggestion on how to use it. Just ring your mega base with your own spawners and your own biters, and have a line of defense that just features... Come on. Just a wall of behemoth worms. That should keep out everything. So, that's it for this mod. As always, link to the models down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, bye.